Welcome back, all you comic book geeks and geekettes. Doc and Howlett here. I'll show you another box of my entire comic book collection. We have here, what is this, part 13, getting into some Spider-Man issues here. So we're going to start off with some random issues, some very sporadic Spider-Man issues that I have here, and then I'll get into the main Amazing Spider-Man title after the books you see in front here, and try to make this as quick as possible. Got two more boxes to show you after this. So let's start right here. The one book that I'm sure if you're a Spider-Man fan or a big, collector, this is one book, if you don't have it, would really wish you could have. The Amazing Fantasy 15. Only maybe a few in the community have really shown the book. I'm sure it's just amazing. I've seen it only in person once in my life. Being able to breathe the smell the pages. Oh my god, I need this book. I need this book. If I had the money, I'd definitely do that. I mean, upwards of, to get at least any good copy, $5,000 to, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, but I got these two reprint issues, and I can't remember which one was within a figure that I got. Maybe both of them. I cannot remember. They've been in my collection so long. But as you see, there are two different versions of that. This one has a little more kind of a green in the background there. It's got the black border, and the colors are just different than the one you see to the left. There is no not for resale on the front cover of this, at least, and it's slightly smaller than... Is it slightly smaller or the same size? I think it's at least just I guess the bag is bigger. But yeah, it seems pretty thin. But got that one. And I'll show you this one here too. So you can see the colors, they're different. More of a purplish color, lighter colors here. And got the not for resale. Okay, so let's get into all the books. These are, like I say, just random books I got just scattered throughout my Spider-Man boxes. Only maybe the Amazing Spider-Mans are in some kind of, proper order. But here we go, let's go. So here is part of the Amazing Spider-Man Presents books. We got Jackpot. I don't have all of them here, but this is first issue number 1. Jackpot, the girl that we saw here, the little hero, very short-lived, this character and her stories. But we thought it was going to be Mary Jane, but to our surprise, it wasn't. Too sad, but the stories were actually pretty good. Okay, American Son, part of the, what was this? When Dark Reign, I think it was during Dark Reign, or when he became director of S.H.I.E.L.D., something like that. But you got Harry Osborn there, who's the American Son. That's issue 4. I know I got all those somewhere. Yeah, random book here, Blade number 10, because it's got Spider-Man in it, and the black costume. That's why I got it. Here we go, some more of the black costume stuff here. We got Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man, that's a mouthful, and black costume and versus Sabretooth. So that's awesome. That's issue 119. Issue number 8 here of Daredevil. I think this was the first appearance of the Superior Spider-Man. I think this was also the second, or in conjunction with the first appearance of the Avenging Spider-Man, number 15.1. I think this was a cameo from Venom. Web of Spider-Man number 18. And a very shiny issue 100 of Web of Spider-Man. Web of Spider-Man 6. Shiny one of Spectacular Spider-Man. I wish they would do some more of these covers. I know the 90s covers are really gimmicky, but I kind of like them too. I wish they would do some more gimmicky, really cool covers nowadays too. King Size Spider-Man Summer Special. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 90. Black Cat there. Web of Spider-Man, first issue here of the new series. Wasn't as good as the original, of course. I do have the original Web of Spider-Man number 1 somewhere packed away in my Money Books box. Here's an interesting, weird one, kind of a promo, sponsored by the International Association of Direct Distributors and your local comic retailer, produced in cooperation with the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse, Spider-Man and Power Pack. So, yeah, that's why I got this one. It was a neat promotional book that you'll never see from Marvel or in the comic industry really ever again. It was interesting that they did these kind of ads in the back of their comics and produce comics like that. It's really interesting. Free comic day 1, Spider-Man 29 number 4. We got number 1. Look at that 90s shine there too. Look at that border. Another one that was produced in cooperation with the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse, Spider-Man. Completely different issue. 2099 number 2. Marvel Team Up. Aunt May Franklin Richards versus Galactus. That's issue 137. Special edition, nice embossed issue here. You see the embossing? Really cool. Fear Itself 1, 2, and 3. From the Secret Invasion, Amazing Spider-Man. Jackpot character there too. There's 3, so 1, 2, 3. It's Spider-Man Secret Wars going into, again, back to the... I got a heck of a lot of Secret Wars books. But yeah, this is kind of a retelling of the Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, as from Peter Parker's point of view. This is issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mr. Negative 1, part of the Dark Reign tie-ins. 2, 3. And look at this, some Clone Saga stuff, a retelling of that this was years ago. And now Ben Reilly's supposed to be back, but he's not really the real Ben Reilly. He's like a clone of a clone, because the real one did die. But then this stuff with the Jackal, it's just, you know, clone stuff is really crazy. And apparently he's supposed to be coming, this clone of a clone of Ben is supposed to be coming back as Scarlet Spider, I guess, from some of the previews. I don't know the full details, but yes, a retelling here of Spider-Man the Clone Saga, issue 1. And they redid this when Kane came back. I think it was during like the what was it? The Spider Island story in the Amazing Spider-Man. So that's when, around that same time, they reprinted these, or gave this story, not really a reprint, but a retelling. This is issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's get through these here. A lot of Back in Black stuff, because that's what really got me back into Spider-Man. Right from Amazing Spider-Man 539, and of course around the same time as the movies and the Venom stuff that was in the movie. Although it wasn't a lot, it was kind of interesting in that third Spider-Man movie. But that's what really got me back into collecting Spider-Man continuously. So I got a heck of a lot here. So Marvel Spotlight, Sensational, Spider-Man number 38, number 37. Number 40 here, signed by Clayton Crane. I got a beautiful Wolverine drawing from him, a huge one too. And I got some other books signed by him as well too. It was amazing, real great, nice meeting him. Great artwork as well too. You can follow him on Facebook. What If Spider-Man Back in Black. Love this cover, number 39 of the Sensational. Friendly Neighborhood, number 21. 23, 17, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, Sensational 35, 36, and then we get into some. I thought these stories were great as well too. Had a lot of stuff that carried forward from this day on. Really kind of changed up the Spider-Man universe. Here's a sketchbook for One More Day. Some people like it, some people hate it, but definitely these covers were really great. These variant editions. I think I sold the regulars that I had. So Here's part 1 of the One More Day, or sorry, that's part 2. Where's part 3? We have part 4. I have my part 1 somewhere. I know that it's probably in the other box. Pardon. So that's issue number 2, or part 2, which is in Friendly. Sensational was part 3, and part 4. And I know in another box I'll show you issue 1. I know I got that somewhere. Got extra here, issue number 3, 2, 1. Annual for Amazing Spider-Man, that's 35, 36, 37, 39 for the annuals. An annual one-shot here for Sensational. Annual for Friendly Neighborhood. Okay, and then here's a really nice issue as well. Every Spider-Fan's got to have this one. It's affordable at least. Amazing Spider-Man Giant Size. That is the wedding. Here, I think this was one of the honeymoon issues. That's Giant Size number 7. Annual number 19. Here we have King Size Annual number 5, which was the appearance of Parker's parents. And he gets told, you know, kind of how they died or who killed them. And Flashback, Untold Tales of Spider-Man. This is quite an old comic too. This is the telling of his parents, Richard and Mary Parker, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Spider-Man Family. Amazing Spider-Man What If. This is part 3 in the What If Venom Possessed Deadpool. Oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man Infested, Spider Island. Dark Reign, The List one-shot. End of Days one-shot. Fear Itself, Amazing Spider-Man. And here's some cooler old issues, some McFarlane issues. Number 1. You can see why I like these issues. Number 13. Number 5. And number 26. And more of that, some of that 90s shine. Okay, last couple of books here I'm going to show you are interesting. I like this one because it's a Wolverine one, but this one involves Ned Leeds to be one of the thought of Hobgoblin characters. This is his death, and it's a crossover with Wolverine and Spider-Man. Really interesting here, just for the whole universe and all of that Hobgoblin stuff. Interesting issue. And then right here we have a very early appearance. I believe this is the second appearance of the Silver Samurai, so it's a very important issue. That's Marvel Team Up 57. So for the rest of the issues here, these are all Amazing Spider-Man titles. I got most of them in order. Maybe a few of them might be missing, which are probably actually in another box. But if you want to know any of the numbering, just pause it. You can see the numbering on the book somewhere, or just ask me in the comments. But I got so many here, I'm just gonna let it go, fast forward it. You guys just enjoy the beautiful covers here of Amazing Spider-Man comics. Let's go. Okay, so there you guys go. There's that my part, what was it, 13 here of my entire comic book collection. All the Spider-Mans I have in this particular box. I got 2 more boxes to show you guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. So leave your comments, questions below. Hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for coming, you guys. We'll talk to y'all later.